Glad you could join us today on Earth File. Welcome to the program. I'm Ayola Kasim. Delegates from nearly 200 countries on Sunday, the 2nd of December, began 2 weeks of talks to tackle deep political divisions at the most important United Nations meeting on global warming since the landmark 2015 Paris deal to shift away from fossil fuels. Poland is hosting the UN climate negotiations for a third time, but the nation remains hooked on coal, the most carbon-intensive fossil fuel. Coal provides about 80% of Poland's power and has been a major source of employment and national pride. Today we look at the city, Katowice, where the conference is holding, and of course bring you updates on the first week of the COP. Do stay with us. Katowice, the southern Polish city, which lies in the heart of the Silesia region, is Europe's largest coal producer with over 40 mines operating in the area of some 4,500 square kilometers. Tens of thousands of people in the region depend on coal for their livelihoods. Drawing support from those with an emotional attachment to the job security, social fabric and national pride in coal, authorities have for long overlooked the downside for health and the planet. But more and more people realize that coal is not only feeding them, the polluted air takes a heavy toll.
Now that the Wegzorik mine has stopped extracting coal, the trees that bloom in spring are truly beautiful. It has made you realize how many of these acacia trees there are and how they smell. The smell wasn't there while coal was being transported on trucks. The dust covered it up. Only 15 to 20% of Nikizovic's residents are connected to the coal mine.
According to the World Health Organization, the region has some of the most polluted areas on the planet, ranking alongside places with infamously bad air, such as Beijing and New Delhi. Coal currently produces around 80% of the country's energy, while inefficient furnaces and low-grade coal used to heat homes add to the air pollution. This man is one of the beneficiaries of a nationwide program called Clean Air, launched earlier this year. The program, which helps to finance the replacement of old, inefficient furnaces, has gained huge popularity in the Katowice area as the host city of the 2018 climate conference attempts to go from black to green.
I smoked Eco-P coal earlier in the old furnace. I had to transport this coal into the house. I had to store it somewhere, and right now with the gas furnace, I can control it either from the room or from the boiler room where we are now.
Earlier this year, the Polish government approved long-awaited regulations that define the quality of coal that can be used by households and ban the use of dirty, air-polluting fossils. Although the regulations will only take effect from the 30th of June 2020, authorities in Katowice, in a drive to overcome the city's dirty reputation, have launched a fleet of drones monitoring the air quality and identifying households which burn low-quality coal or garbage.
The municipal police in Katowice has been inspecting fireplaces for many years. The officers check what the Katowice residents burn in their furnaces, and also recently what the technical condition of the furnace is, because in 3 years, the furnaces that have been used for many years will have to be exchanged for new ecological ones.
Despite all efforts, the improvement in the air quality may take time, and owners of production houses which make anti-smoke masks will not be going out of business anytime soon.
We live in Silesia, and there are many cities here, which are on the list of 50 most polluted cities in Europe. And because of that, we wanted to meet the needs of our clients and create the masks like these, which they can match their outfits with for an everyday look.
Delegates from nearly 200 nations arrived Katowice on Monday for the climate conference, which began 2 weeks of talks to tackle deep political divisions at the most important United Nations meeting on global warming. To maximize the chances of success at the conference, technical talks began on Sunday, a day earlier than planned. On that day, more than 20 cyclists arrived at Katowice on electric bikes after a 600-kilometer journey from Vienna to deliver their manifesto against climate change. The expedition, called Moving for Climate Now, had up to 40 people joining in different legs of the journey.
This is a way of showing that different stakeholders from different countries, more than 20 countries in this group, all together, working together, moving for climate now.
The initiative was organized by the Spanish United Nations Global Compact Network and the energy company Iberdrola, and is a contribution to the Talanoa Dialogue, where organizations involved commit to contribute to mobilizing society to tackle climate change.
If we all work together, we can actually tackle climate change and reduce emissions and also create a better world all together. So in the initiative we participated NGOs, companies, governments. So it was like we had a lot of days to share, to debate about different topics. So it's like basically it's like an analogy of the Talanoa Dialogue, because like we can work together and change things.
On Monday, political leaders began arriving in the Polish coast city. During the ceremonial opening, they spoke of the impact that climate change has had in their countries. The United Nations Secretary General told delegates that we are in deep trouble with climate change.
Climate change is running faster than we are, and we must catch up sooner rather than later before it is too late. For many people, regions, even countries, this is already